Wait a moment. This isn't a furry visual novel.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Queen Gaming and Something Mounts. We're the Gaming Drag today. I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Moonlight Castle, Ryan's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up and let's go. Alright. Dylan was now sitting on top of Patrice and yelled at us while blocking the way. I was confused and concerned. This wasn't the time to argue, but he was keeping us from leaving, sending glares our way. What are you doing? If this place collapses, we're gonna die. The tiger begged and cried from below, unable to set himself free, causing Ryan to take action. That's enough! Let him go! We can't stay here! My head also began throbbing. The earthquake and the infighting wasn't enough, apparently. Rocks began falling outside near the entrance where Patrice would have been. That quickly turned into a rock slide that ended with a giant boulder crashing in front of the door, locking us in. A massive wave of dust and sand formed upon impact, creating a wall of smoke that decreased our visibility. I could barely even see myself, but that didn't matter. I was hoping the others were unharmed. Is everyone okay? I could hear Patrice's crying voice even before Ryan yelled. We all gathered around Patrice and felt relieved upon seeing them all safe and sound. That was it. The earthquake stopped. Everything was quiet again, and we all watched in horror at the end result. Shut up! Dylan tried in vain to make Patrice stop. Okay, fine. He refused to get up until the tiger had calmed down. We're trapped! We're trapped! We're trapped! Calm down. We can always escape through the windows. Technically, we didn't know how much damage the castle had received, but we had to find a different way out regardless. You should be thankful. Dylan saved your life just now. I could feel the disdain in his tone. He didn't seem to care at all about Patrice's mental state. Of course, we all acknowledged that the way Liam said that was just wrong. Patrice began gasping for air. I know exactly what that meant and what he was going through. He's hyperventilating. You have to move. I'm serious. Dylan reluctantly obliged, and Clyde rushed to his side. Can you focus on me? I'm here to help you. Clyde gently rolled him around to make eye contact. Patrice slowly nodded in response. I'm going to pinch your nose. Do your best and try breathing through one of your nostrils, okay? Another nod from Patrice. Seeing his breathing slowing and stabilizing cheered us up for the time being. Patrice hugged Clyde tight. He was clearly scared and upset. Clyde reassured him, giving the same warm hug. We should look for an exit and get Patrice and Clyde back to the car. If Liam wants to keep playing games, he can. We can't leave. If you try that again, Dylan won't save you from becoming an omelet. What are you talking about? That was a coincidence, wasn't it? Please. Nobody can artificially cause an earthquake. I don't expect you to believe everything I'm saying, but at least understand that this place isn't the same as yesterday. You can feel that, right? I was afraid to admit it. Look around the lounge. See if you can figure it out. Water time. What is he talking about? Try not to listen. I don't want you to have another episode. Something different about the lounge itself? It's hard to tell now with this dust cloud around us. I took Liam's book from the bag and compared the current room with the map. Wait, the layout. Has it changed? Ryan took it from my hands to see himself. Huh, it's just a drawing. Surely it's not too different from... Okay, are you guys remembering it right? Because if we trust the map, then... Are you trying to say the walls moved and changed position? Of course not. But how can we explain this? We just went through a fairly strong earthquake. The map isn't reliable anymore. Russell walked up to the boulder and pushed. Maybe we can just move it out of the way. Well, let me try. Be careful. We can't see if there's more than one and you could get hurt. The two combined their strength, but the rock didn't budge even an inch from where it landed. Oh, excuse me. It's stuck. Liam rolled his eyes, approached Patrice and helped him up. Can you walk on your own? I guess so. Let's find that safe room and have them stay there for now. Sure, better than seeing them on the floor. It could be anywhere. I'd rather wait here until you find it. I do know where it is now. You said you were unsure. That was before the earthquake and before the room layout suddenly changed. The safe room was not affected by any of this, and there's only one hallway that's still accurate to my map. Leah walked to the right, for the hallway Ryan and I took last night. Follow me. We moved after Liam into the dark corridor, and, even if I couldn't see that far, I could already see something that left me deeply confused. Why did you stop? The floor. Look at it. I couldn't forget about the dusty floor we witnessed last night and how every step we took left behind a clear print in its wake. I guess that landslide covered our tracks. That wasn't possible. It would take more than 24 hours to hide yesterday's movements, and now there was not a single trace left of them. As if we had never walked through this hallway before. They're leaving us behind. We should keep going. Yeah, sorry. Was there a remote possibility of this being engineered? But you'd leave some sort of clue behind, I think. If that was the case, though, why? What's the point of doing something like this? To preserve the original decay? I felt stuck. It seemed such a meaningless thing to do, and yet the proof was there, in front of my eyes. I saw the others attempt to open some of the doors while Liam kept walking straight ahead. Did he know that they were all locked without checking first? I guess I did tell him that. It's the same situation again. Expand on that. We're following a path someone else made for us, like it's on purpose. Some doors are just for show, most likely fake to create hesitation and anxiety. I feel none of that. You can take your time and inspect everything. You're not being chased yet. Chased? Did he fucking say chased? I know. I'm absolutely not leaving this room once we get there. Good to hear, because it's here. Those doors at the end of the hallway led to the dining hall, no doubt about it. They effortlessly spread open for all of us, and Liam stepped inside first. That's what I thought would happen. He instead stopped on the border between the two, staring at something up ahead. I could see a faint light through the gaps, but I couldn't make it out until I got closer. Some candles were sitting on the table, giving a nice warm light to the dark environment around us. On any other occasion, I would have liked to see this because I like candles. But here, if none of us did that, there's only one possible explanation. We should leave. If someone else is here, things could get difficult to handle. Get inside. Let's sit down and discuss this. You're really testing my patience here. It is, he asked, and fully entered the room. I went to the candles right away and noticed one in particular giving a soft blue light instead of orange like the others. They were nice, comforting, and giving off a positive energy, but the frightening question behind their existence remained. Clyde walked up to me, gave the candles a brief look, and then covered his mouth to hold in a gasp. 8. There are 8 candles. They were scattered across the table, so it didn't hit me right away, but it was true. Exactly 8, the same as us. They're welcoming us. What's the problem? I didn't like that at all. Who was welcoming us? How could he smile at me like that after saying something so creepy? Did you put these here? Liam raised a brow and laughed at the question. Of course I did. I came here alone before you guys and prepared these candles in advance to give you a little fright. Such a jokester I am. Dude, that's a legit question. You could just say no. Forgive me if it gets on my nerves and everyone sees something strange and always points their fucking finger at me. I knew coming here was a mistake. I'll look for a way out and come back once I find it. I'll help you, but first, hear him out. If Dylan will be by your side, then I have nothing to worry about. Everyone else should stay here and wait for us to return. Why? Ryan and I wanted to help as well. Are we in the way? He's been studying that book you gave him for a while now. I didn't expect it to be this bad. Stay here with Clyde and Patrice. When and where do we meet up? Here in 1 hour. I'll try to be done fast. Wasn't I supposed to return this book? I'll come back for it later. We don't know if the map is reliable anymore, so stay here. Sure, I suppose. Answer me, Liam. What was that smell about, and why can't I sense it? Liam turned in his direction and fidgeted a little bit, wondering if he could give Blake the answer he wanted to hear, but eventually gave in to his demand. Ugh. It's the smell of death, that unmistakable stench of decomposed bodies. I felt like throwing up. Of course I couldn't have understood what that was. Oh yeah? That doesn't answer my question in full. Liam was lost in his thoughts, struggling to admit the truth, afraid to say it. Say it or we're all leaving right now. Wait, no? Alright. I'm gonna get you killed. You saw it. I saw a bunch of coincidences. There's no proof anything you said is real. I could see Clyde clutching his bag tighter to his chest. Blake! He wanted to chime into the conversation only for Blake to snap back at him. Stay out of this! Liam sighed, visible regret painted all over his face for what he was about to reveal. Mediums are the only ones who can sense it. I felt strange. My mind didn't get the opportunity to either agree or disagree with that statement. because my body was reacting on its own like a natural response. Pardon me? The wolf grunted, displaying skepticism. We all looked at each other in surprise, seeking further approval, with Dylan being the only one unfazed by that revelation. Do you vouch for him, then? Blake also noticed that and asked the crocodile. Yes, everything he said is true. The wolf backed away, and the room fell quiet. Dylan had no reason to lie to us, since it wouldn't benefit him in any way. I hope you're happy, Blake. You pushed your friends one step closer to the edge. Fuck off, Liam. Blake hurried away, causing Dylan to roll his eyes and follow suit. I'm also capable of smelling that odor. I hadn't noticed, and with this new information, I was still processing what it meant for us both. I don't need to repeat myself. What are you going to do? I'm fine with going alone as well. I'm still interested in seeing this place up close, so show me. Ooh, excuse me. Fine. You four wait for us. Russell accepted the situation incredibly quickly, as if he had expected this. I had to admit, I did consider the possibility too, but never took it seriously. I can't believe I allowed my therapist to drag me into this. I'm such an idiot. Hey now, don't blame the people who tried helping you. I'm sure they never expected this to happen. Well, of course not. My therapist most likely thinks it's just an abandoned rock in the middle of the forest. Ryan placed his hand on my shoulder. Let's sit for now. It's useless to stand still. Are we gonna wait like they said we should? I don't know. Everything's gotten so confusing, so it seems safer to stay here and wait for them to return first. What do we do if they don't come back? It was a question sitting in the back of everyone's mind, the elephant in the room, so to speak. Blake would never leave us here. True, Blake would never abandon us, and Dylan probably wouldn't either. I appreciate you trying to paint Dylan in a better light, but hopefully this place is really empty and Liam's lying. I wanted to believe that too, but the more time we spent here, the less likely that seemed to be the case. Just one more hour, yeah? I stared at the blue candle, seeing that flame dance and flutter in the night somehow eased my anxiety. Can I? Ryan dragged a couple of chairs closer to me so that we could sit together. I took a step backwards to give him enough space. Taking out water time. We had cuddled up together under that light, with nothing to do but to wait for time to do its thing. I started feeling cold. The flames were too small to generate any actual warmth, and the temperature seemed to drop faster when we weren't doing anything. Ryan invited me to scooch up closer, so I did. He raised his arm, and I pressed against his side. That nice smell of pines was pushing away the other one. His warm body was setting mine on fire. I felt a surge of emotions hitting me that were overriding what I was feeling before. Are they looking at us? Should I move away? Was this misleading? I was blocking myself from just enjoying this moment. Feeling any better? Yes, thank you. Could I ask you something? Sure, we don't have anything else to do here. Liam said that only mediums could smell that, and you did, so... I don't know, Ryan. I didn't know, Ryan. I have no idea what it means to be a medium. That means Dylan and Russell are mediums, too. Dylan didn't surprise me. They're always together, and he seemed to like keeping a close eye on Liam. Just like Blake does with me. I'm surprised Clyde did notice that. This is gonna take a while, so I might consider a nap. I envied how calm and relaxed he looked. I could never sleep in this place. His body would surely have helped, but that wasn't enough to fully relax. My hand slowly rubbed his belly as he leaned back into the chair and fell asleep. I wonder what Russell thought about being a medium. He didn't react at all, as usual. I'll ask him some other time, when we're not locked inside an abandoned castle. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!